Thank you, Guy. Good afternoon, Mr. Post, faculty, and fellow Lakers. For all of my life, I've been a dreamer. Ever since I was younger, I've been obsessed with sports. My dad grew up as a sports kid, and he would often get me involved. He got me into baseball, basketball, and football. Those were the sports everyone played in my younger years. Baseball, it was all right. Basketball, I was tall, but I didn't find much enjoyment. Football, now that was fun. Football was everyone's favorite sport when I was growing up. So if you ever saw me when I was young at recess, you'd see me playing football. Here's the thing, I didn't do much playing. I was a kid too unathletic to actually ever play football, or really any sport. My realization of that never hit me until I started playing organized sports, especially lacrosse. I'll never forget when I went out to play for the U9 Urbana lacrosse team and the coach told us to run a lap. I couldn't run. My endurance was terrible. Every time I was told to run a lap, I'd always finish last. I was too slow, too overweight, and too unathletic to simply run around a third of a lacrosse field, so I had to walk. I was the most unathletic kid I knew. When the kids would ask who's the worst kid at sports in the grade, they'd choose me. And when we would pick teams at recess, I was always last, and I always felt like a loser. As I got older, I gradually found a way to get better at sports. I still was never really athletic, but I was good at some things. I was a bigger kid. I could fill up a lacrosse goal, and it was hard to move me around, so I'd play offensive and defensive line in football, but that wasn't good enough for me. I wanted to be as athletic as an NFL running back, like Bo Jackson. I'll never forget when I watched the 30 for 30 about Bo Jackson. He's my idol. Bo Jackson was good at almost everything when it came to sports. Nike made an advertisement campaign for Bo Jackson called Bo Knows. It featured him as a man that was great at all sports. He ended up playing football and baseball in both college and professionally. His athleticism inspired me to make a change in my life. Once I realized I had a passion for sports, I began to have dreams. Dreams of taking sports to the next level, but I had a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. I know what I wanted, but I wasn't willing to put in the work to get there. So one day, when I was about 10 years old, I began to scroll the internet, and I came across some motivational videos. I sat out and watched them for hours. I'm sure many of you have heard it, but from one of the videos, there's a quote that has been stuck to me forever. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. It is so true. If you can't breathe, you die instantly. Once I heard this quote, my life finally began to change, but I had to make it change. My dad contacted a trainer and got me some exercises for me to do on my own. So every night, I'd binge watch motivational videos, then get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and work out. I started to eat a lot better as well. So in about a month, I went from being a little over 170 pounds to 155 pounds. Not only was I feeling better, I built up a lot of confidence. This confidence I built up only got bigger, so I began to try new things. Instead of just working out at home, I got signed up for a gym membership at this place called Sarge Athletics. I would go almost every day after school as long as I didn't have practice in the afternoon. I can honestly say that I changed my life, but I didn't want to stop. I wanted to continue my progress at Sarge. At Sarge, they had a board with all the gym records. I wanted to get on that board. Throughout the weekly cycle of workouts, we would deadlift each week. I love deadlifts. Deadlifts are literally putting a bunch of weight on a bar and simply lifting it up off the ground until your hips are fully extended. I wanted to break the middle school record for the deadlift. At the time, the record was repping 285 pounds for 4 times. I told myself I had to break this record. It was not easy. Over time, I built up a sharp pain that feels like someone is trying to shove knives into your hips. The pain was terrible, but I didn't want to give up. At the end of pain is success. I pushed myself through it every time until I reached my goal. So by the time I was in 7th grade, I could deadlift 315 pounds for 8 reps. Then a few weeks later, I did 325 pounds for 6 reps. I was proud. I felt so relieved to have my name on the record board, but I wanted more. Once the football season started, I wanted to play running back and linebacker. I wanted to score all the touchdowns and make all the tackles. Even though we didn't have the greatest season as a team, I had a great season. I led the team in touchdowns and tackles. After this, my confidence grew, and I was truly proud. I didn't feel like a loser anymore. I strive to treat my passions with hard work. I want to be great at everything I love, and I want to accomplish every goal I set. I believe I get these traits from my parents, whom I love with all my heart. My mom was the youngest of 11 children growing up in Northeast DC. She's a minority with strong Native American roots, and she struggled to seek education all throughout high school. When she was done with high school, some time passed, she got surgery, which put her in a lot of debt. She had 2 choices. One was to accept unemployment, and the other was to go to work. My mom's first choice was to collect checks from the government, but as she was working everything out, something hit her. She had this urge to do what she believed was right and earn her way out of the issue. She went back to school and attended community college. Along with that, she worked 3 part-time jobs to pay off her debt. I'm so proud of you, Mom. She's such a hard worker. I'm so thankful that she's my mom. My dad's background was pretty tough too. My dad grew up in a blue-collar family where his dad started working at the age of 17 for the Watertown, New York newspaper. My great-grandfather on my grandfather's side worked for Remington Arms, along with being a volunteer firefighter, and my great-grandfather on my grandmother's side worked on railroads because he only had a third-grade education. My grandfather started working for $1 an hour. In today's day, that wage is not even legal. But somehow, he managed to raise 3 kids and help them all go to college. My dad was the oldest. He was the first in his family to go to college. He attended Frostburg State University, not necessarily known as a prestigious school, but he found his success with determination. All I can say is that I'm so lucky to have such great parents. They work hard, they teach me right from wrong, and they love me with all their heart. They are the best parents I could ever ask for, and I will always love them. There's no better feeling than the result of hard work. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but no matter what, you end up better than where you started. My loftiest dream I ever had was to be a 2-sport professional athlete in lacrosse and football. I obviously had a lot of doubts from others and myself. People told me I was crazy, but I told myself, why not? Even if I do fail, what's it matter? None of that really matters at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I will still end up conquering success, and God will always have a plan for me. So right now, at this stage of my life, I'm getting ready to go almost all the way across the country to Colorado Mesa University in Grand Junction, Colorado, where I will continue to play lacrosse, study construction management, and get my master's of business administration in 5 years. After that, I want to become an owner of a construction company and live out my life in either Colorado, Montana, or Wyoming. I want to make good money by controlling my salary and enjoy the rest of my life. I know I will face many struggles in the next chapter of my life, but since these are my dreams now, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to accomplish them. I hope that with these stories I've told you, you can pick up some things that you can acquire for yourself. Looking back, I want to go over some of these key points. First, have dreams. Have dreams that are so lofty that if you tell them to others, they will say you're crazy. In my opinion, crazy is not bad. Crazy is good. It takes someone who's crazy to accomplish the impossible. Second, let people doubt you. In fact, cherish it. When others try to tell you you can't do something, get angry, get mad, and use that fire to prove others wrong. Number 3, work hard, but don't rely on your feelings. Your feelings will tell you that you don't want to work because there will be days when you will wake up and you'll say, I'm tired, I'm sore, or I don't want to work today. Don't listen to your feelings. Your feelings aren't your friend. Your feelings want you to fail because as soon as you hit your snooze button, you'll regret it in the end. Number 4, when you succeed, keep going, keep progressing. But if you fail, get up and get back to work. Again, as soon as you give up, you will regret it forever. Number 5, no matter what, God will always have a plan for you. No matter how hard you've got it, or whatever struggle you face, God will always be there for you. Thank you for your time and attention.